Let me tell you what we're doing today. Today we're making hamburger steaks. And that's the best meat I could find. And I tell you what it is, I'm using chuck grind beef today. And this grind beef is not real lean. I'd say it's about 9/10, somewhere in there. It's got a little bit fat, but not much. You don't need a lot. But I tell you what, it's a perfect grind beef to use if you're making hamburger steaks. It's real good, but you don't want it too dry. Now I'm going to be putting my ingredients in there, and when I say it's a Cajun hamburger steak, that's because we're going to make it Cajun. And let me tell you what I got going on here. I crushed me some peppers off my plant the other day. That's the ones called, I named them hot as hell, because they're hot, hot, hot. Let me tell you what. But that's going to go in my hamburger steak, because it's going to be Cajun, so it's going to be good. Let me tell you. And I got some stuff to add. Here's a few things you're going to need. You're going to need some ground beef, at least a pound, maybe a pound and a half. You're going to need some onions. I've got a quarter of a cut up onion. You know, well, that you can see what it is. That's a small bowl. It's a small onion. I got a slice of bell pepper. I take a bell pepper and slice it into 8, and I use one of those 8s. You're going to use 1/3 of a cup of flour. I use unbleached, all-purpose. 3 cloves of garlic, chopped up. I got a scrambled egg we're going to put in there. Parsley flakes, and I'm going to use the dried. I'm going to explain that a little bit later about that to you. Salt, need salt. I'm going to use a little paprika. That's the regular stuff I use, you know. Chili powder, I always use chili powder. Today I got a little garlic powder, granulated garlic. You say, well, they already got garlic in there, but let me tell you what. I still use this, because that little piece of garlic, if it's going to be cooking in the gravy, you'll get the taste all over the pot. But it's cooking in a hamburger steak, so it's going to stay isolated all by itself. So I like to kind of spread the wealth of that little garlic there. And a little black pepper. That's going to be used. That's the things I'm using. First we're going to make it, then we're going to cook it. I'll see you in about 2 minutes. Hi. First you got our bowl. First thing y'all want to do is salt my ground beef. And the salt depends on what you want, you know. Put a little paprika. Just put a couple dashes. I put a little black pepper, not much. Just a couple dashes black pepper. I'm gonna put in my garlic. Put in my bell peppers. There's one other thing I'm going to use, that's celery seed. Put a little celery seed. You can see what I got there. Not a whole bunch, but you don't need a whole bunch of celery seed. Alright, got some onions. I got a quarter of an onion chopped. But I'm sure I told you that already. Here's my flour. Put that in there. And my parsley flakes. I just like to put a little bit on top of my flour so I can see what I got. You see here? It's not a whole lot, but it gives it some flavor. Because that's what you're looking for, flavor. When you're serving your company and your guests, that's what you need. Chili powder. Put a little bit chili powder. And don't forget, I'm not making chili, so don't go crazy with it there. Here's some granulated garlic, just a little. That's to spread the garlic well. There you go. I got a fresh container. I'm going to have to soon break it out. Alright, my hands are very clean. Very clean. So I'm going to mix this up a little bit. One thing about mixing your grind beef, you don't want to play with it too much, because when it goes to make your patty or your hamburger steak, just remember, the more you played with this, it's going to be tough. It's going to fall, it won't be able to cut that easy and all that good stuff, You want to make it good. I'm here to teach you how to make it perfect. Alright, look, you see what I've got right now? All my little grind meat is coated with a little bit flour. Oh yeah, that's the way it should be. Alright, and everything's kind of mixed in there real good. Alright, at this point, I'm gonna put a little touch of my little stuff that I made the other day, because it don't take much. That little Tabasco peppers, what I dried and jarred. It don't take much, because I don't want a whole bunch, because I don't want it to be so hot I can't eat it. But I want to know that I've got it in there, because the flavor's good. Alright, your flour's starting to get a little pasty in there, and that's what I'm looking for. It's going to start holding that grind meat together. I'm going to put that scrambled egg in here. Scrambled egg. Again, I'm going to mix that up in there. That egg is the same thing. It'll mix with that flour and give you a holding consistency. So when you go to make your burger, everything's going to pretty much stay together. Alright. Now I'm going to let that sit for 10 minutes. And the reason is I want my parsley flakes to kind of work a little bit in there. Alright, see you in a little while. Hey, oh yeah. Okay, we back. Well, that's setting. I'm going to go ahead. I've got a little bit margarine, a slice of margarine, or rather butter. A slice of butter I put out here on my cast iron skillet. And I'm going to start melting that down. Because I want some place to put my hamburger steak when it's ready. I could have made them and put them in the fridge and all that. But being as I'm going to be eating that pretty short, I decided to do it this way. And now I've got that little stick going good. I always add a little touch of olive oil, maybe a teaspoon. Not much. And while that's warming up, we're going to go back to the patty, to the burger, and start making it. Got about a medium heat right now. Before you start playing with the top of your burger, you always want to put your spatula, get it a little greasy there. You see what I'm talking about? It makes it so nothing can hang on to it. Now this is going to cook for a while. It's kind of thick, but that's what I'm making, a hamburger steak. Whoever gets this, they done got something, boy, let me tell you. And today, it's me. Oh yes, she's cooking real good. Now, what I'm going to do is cover this just as such. I don't have anything fancy to use, just a lid, and my cast iron pot's doing this little thing. I'm going to lower my fire. Alright, got it down to medium low, and let her roll. Alright. Flip it again, and this time I'm just going to let it ride just like it is. Alright, this hamburger steak is doing its thing. Boy, if you can just smell this. Oh, woo. Let me see what's going on in here now. I like to kind of keep mine pressed in a little bit to keep some of them juices flowing. I know some people say you're not supposed to push down on it because it's going to spread and all the juice is going to come out. And they complain about all that. And you know what? You're the cook. So you do it the way you want. But if you put these seasonings in there, you got it made. And it's pretty much the way I like mine, just like it is, medium rare. Actually, it's more medium than rare. But that's the way I like it. Now I'm taking it out. This is one heck of a steak, let me tell you what. And don't think you're going to put any mustard on, any sauces on there. Not in this house. Now if you want to dress it up with some Worcestershire or whatever, go for it. Me, I like it just like it is. And I tell you what, it's great. It's real tasty. Don't forget to subscribe and you got your thumbs up. Aye,